You are now watching from a winner's view.
Wnnrsview.
Welcome to Wnnrsview. We're here with Amira Smith, owner of Sixkiller Gym. Welcome. I'm going to ask you what I ask everybody. What makes you a winner?
For me, that's simple. I beat death. So in my eyes, I'm a winner with whatever I do.
Okay, start off strong. All right. Well, before we get to that part, let's go back. Where are you from?
Northern Virginia.
Northern Virginia? Hurting?
Northern Virginia.
What is Hurting known for?
MS-13.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot. Okay. How was it growing up there?
Interesting. Very. I grew up in a Hispanic neighborhood. Very much a melting pot. A lot different than like Virginia Beach area. Not very military. It's DC area, so it's government, but not high military like down here.
Okay. Did you play sports up there?
I did. I played soccer, basketball, track, all that good stuff.
It's pretty good.
Oh, some slight.
So slight. Okay. So was the goal like just to get a scholarship up there, or what?
The goal was to get a scholarship. I was definitely not D1 material for basketball. So I went another route. I actually enlisted in the military, and then I got picked up for an officers program down here at ODU before I had a ship date for enlisted boot camp. So I came down here in summer of 2011 for ROTC for ODU.
Okay. So when you got into that program, what was the goal? What was the plan?
Pick up a commission and commission as a EOD officer.
Okay, and you was gonna just stay in the military all the way through, ride it out? Then what happened?
I got diagnosed with terminal cancer about a year and a half in.
How'd you find that out?
I actually played rugby for Old Dominion University. Just while running, I just found like I couldn't breathe. Had a hard time. I went from being like front of the pack to middle of the pack, then slowly making my way to the back because I can't keep up because I simply can't breathe.
And this is like gradual over time, or
so
like
over very quickly over 4 weeks.
Wow.
I went from being like what's called like a PT stud to simply not being able to perform because I had so many weird things going on with me. I went to the doctor about 3 times down here, misdiagnosed all 3 times. Went back up. I fell out at rugby practice. That was the last time. I went to the doctor here. They were like, "Oh, it looks like you got bronchitis." All right. I got bronchitis. Stop being a bitch. Keep going. Whatever. It's just bronchitis. Obviously. We got to the point like a week later, I couldn't swallow anymore. I don't mean a sore throat. It was like something stuck in my throat. I couldn't swallow anything. I went home to visit my mom to help her move some furniture. And that's when it really occurred to me that I couldn't intake any food or eat because I can't swallow it.
Yeah.
I went, had x-rays done. They said I got pneumonia.
Oh, from bronchitis? Now you got pneumonia.
So I pull out and I leave. I make it maybe 5 minutes down the road, and their tech calls me and tells me that everything that they read as mucus were actually all tumors. Ooh. And I need to go see an oncologist immediately. I never actually came back to Norfolk that weekend or for months after that day. All my stuff was left down here, which I had a bunch of great people help move whatever out or, take care of that for me.
Dang. So that's over the course of just that weekend. Good thing he called. All right, so boom, that's happening. How bad did it get?
I went into the oncologist, Reston Hospital, and he told me I had 6 weeks.
6 weeks to live?
Yeah, he told me to plan it out, where the tumors were located. They couldn't operate. It's too dangerous. I was going to die anyways. So he told me to plan it out. Said a lot of people go on trips. They pick like a destination, and that's where they live it out. So I went ahead and started doing trip research to Costa Rica to go ahead and live that out. But my mom wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And she sent, they were disc, like an MRI disc, but they're disc that she sent in to Johns Hopkins University, and they accepted me as a clinical study. So I never went to Costa Rica. I just went to Baltimore.
Man, so your mom, she wasn't having that.
No.
She wasn't. You ain't gonna give my baby a death sentence, nah.
Right.
So they took. Dang. So how did you like? How was your mind state if somebody tells you, hey, you got 6 weeks to live?
Make it the best 6 weeks.
Boom.
You know, and this is a different time.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't married and didn't have any kids, so the emotions are a little different. Yes, I was young, but I didn't necessarily have things to live for, if that makes sense. So, you know, the emotions would be a lot different if that were to happen in this state right now.
So you get to Johns Hopkins, then like how it go?
I'm just a study. I'm like a hamster. They just try different things out. It's actually in a medical book that they published.
Really?
It is, yes. They just tried different things, and some things, you know, made me worse, and some things caused other things. But, you know, everything's a clinical study. You got to think about it. You're dying anyways, so why not?
Yeah.
What are your options? You know?
Yeah. So during that whole experience, was you always strong during that whole experience, or?
No. I mean, no. There was one point where I definitely thought that was it, and I said goodbye to everybody. But I ended up waking back up. So after that too, it's a weird time. Technically, I kind of died, but I woke back up. So just some things that I experienced, but I was definitely at that point I was ready to go. But you know, I woke back up, and that was.
So how long did it take you to recover from the time you went into Johns Hopkins and came out?
Oddly enough, I went in. I was diagnosed on November 12th, which I have here.
Okay.
Diagnosed on November 12th, and I got stated in remission on May 4th. I went through 6 aggressive rounds of chemo.
Hair fell out and all that?
Had no hair. But Amber Rose was really popular at that time, so I was making it work.
You was fly with it?
I was making it work. Had no hair, but, you know, people thought it was like a fashion thing.
Yeah.
Went through remission. Went through radiation before I got into remission. I went through 4 rounds of that. I actually have, like, they look like little freckles here. They're like little green tattoo marks, and they're actually where they would just make sure that the machine hit you directly where it needed to hit you so it didn't burn other areas. But so relatively speaking, like I didn't battle for years, but it was terminal, and it was for a very aggressive.
And usually during that aggression, you lose weight. Yeah.
I did. I dropped like 30 pounds probably the first month, and it was too fast. So then they put me on prednisone. They call it like the new cancer. Then you just look like a blowfish. It's all very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So,
did you get the thing where it's like neuropathy?
Yeah. Taste metal in my mouth. Don't make enough spit. I had a port here, PICC line. But I was still trying to work out, so it was just I kept pushing my PICC line out, trying to do like push-ups or something in the morning, things like that, just trying to keep my strength up.
So through all this time, it was always, hey, I still got to stay on top of, still maintain my strength.
The crazy thing is that had I not been in the shape I was in, I definitely wouldn't have made it, because that just plays such a large role in what your body's able to take.
Yeah. All right, so when you come out, boom, you started to you was like, all right, I'm back to normal.
So I actually, my bone density couldn't sustain heavy weights. So if I did legs, my legs would come out black and blue because I couldn't handle it. So I was like, well, I can bodybuild. So I did a bodybuilding show. Less than a year out of remission. I did women's physique. I did a bodybuilding show. Then I did some CrossFit. Then I picked up strongman. So now my bone density's back up. I made it come back up, you know, with just accessory work from bodybuilding. Then I became a nationally ranked strongman about a year and a half out of remission.
Oh my God.
Just drive. Did that, and then if you know from strongman, the base of all strongman is powerlifting. So I'm like, well, if I can pick up a stone from the floor and I can walk with 500 pounds on my back, I might be pretty good at deadlifting. Might be an okay squatter. So then I went into powerlifting.
Oh, that was the transition. But what's the whole mindset where you're like, I'm still going? So is it because I be deaf? Or you always been that way?
I've always been somebody that doesn't take no for an answer, but I think for those people that have either died and come back to life, or they've been in like some horrible experience, or you got to think of like a car accident or something like that. I think once you see death, and I mean like see it and look at it, and I don't mean looking at somebody that's dying. I mean you are the one dying. Nothing's really so scary. You know, you could do pretty much anything. If you want to actually do something, you're gonna make it happen.
Right. So you hop into powerlifting, right? So at this time, did you have a gym or?
I didn't. I was training out of a gym that's unfortunately closing. I was training at a brute strength gym. I started there when I was like 21.
Okay.
I started training there, and that made me want to open up a gym. I had a lot of clients. You know, at this point in time, I had my commission taken from the Navy. I had to figure out a new career move. What am I gonna do? What do I want to do? You know what I'm saying? Because what I wanted to do, I can no longer do.
Right.
You know, so now I need to find another option. What do I want to do?
You know, I'm pretty good at this.
I want to coach.
Yeah.
I want to teach, and I want to coach. So I picked up another double minor in strength and conditioning, and I went that route. In 2016 is when I went to go open the gym over at Wnnrsview.
Okay. Was it a reason you chose Wnnrsview as a location?
I was living over here. There was nothing over here. I had trained out of my garage. I had a lot of people like from videos hit me up talking about like, can I come through? I'm like, this is the garage. Like, it's my house. I don't know you. No. I'm like, well, then maybe, you know, once my client base grew so much, I'm like, I could sustain a small training studio. So a training studio. Then I'm like in the process of opening up this training studio, and then it just grew. Like, and then it became a full-fledged 24-hour facility with a powerlifting team, an elite powerlifting team.
Yeah, y'all be kicking ass. Y'all be kicking ass. But it's something to say about starting out the garage. Like Steve Jobs started out the garage. Like everybody starts out that garage. And I'm pretty sure that's some of the best times. You still got pictures and stuff from that time?
I do. I do. It was a really shitty garage. No AC, no heat.
What was the garage called? This is Sixkiller. What was the garage called?
I just called it the trap house.
The trap house?
Yeah.
All right, cool. With the name Sixkiller, why is it called Sixkiller?
So there's a story. It's a Cherokee man, and he goes off into battle, and it's just him against 6 people, and you're thinking like, there's no way this guy's gonna come back. This is a true story. There's no way this guy's gonna come back, and this guy comes back with 6 heads, and it's because he went and he defeated them, and he came back. So it's Sixkiller. His name was given Sixkiller. And that stuck with me because whenever you're going to go out somewhere, whether it's you versus who, I'm going to come back with your head, regardless of where I'm at. And I wanted to name the gym Sixkiller, and then I wanted to put project in front of it because we're a continuous project where we're always working on ourselves. Project Sixkiller.
Makes sense. Is there any like specific I can't say that word, programs or initiatives like for people that had cancer and, you know, are coming back or anything like that here?
Just move. Simply like just come in, just really any facility. My husband, you know, you interviewed him, he owns Flex Gym. I'm like, the machines are great. I've seen people in there who are sick, who are battling, who, you know, are coming out from it, and then just simply moving. I mean, really, that's the best medicine is movement.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your powerlifting career. I know you've been doing it, what, more than 5 years now?
10.
10 years. 10 years. Each year you're getting better. I looked up these numbers. The last one.
Yeah.
451 in deadlift.
Yeah.
170 bench. How do you do that? 352 squat. Happy with that?
No.
What's the goal?
The goal is always changing. So the next comp, I want to hit 380 in comp, 400 for the squat, bench 180, keeping that low. And then deadlift, I want my third attempt to be 5.
60, you're a killer for real. You're a killer for real. So everybody in here listening, like, she a girl, she can do it. Nah, she'll whoop your ass. Let's go with how your family helped you reach your goals.
They didn't. My mom put it in motion for me to go to Johns Hopkins, but that's basically the only family I had. That's it. It's really you versus you.
How's your family today, Zach and the kids? How they assist with you in reaching your goals?
Anything you could possibly imagine. Anything that my facility needs, my Zach definitely makes sure that it has it, and he helps. I mean, I'm sitting here doing this interview, and I'm staring at dollies he had made for his gym that he's letting me use to go ahead and move things around in my gym. Actually, he helped me obtain the piece of equipment that I'm trying to move. He's always looking out. The kids, obviously, like, they're our biggest motivation, but this, like, it's exhausting. And we definitely make sure that, like, whoever's turn it is to go and have it be their turn for prep, that the other person's definitely taking the heat on, like, taking the kids and doing what the other person needs for their facility.
Dope. What advice would you give to someone who's hesitant about starting a fitness journey or even pursuing an entrepreneurial goal like opening up a gym?
You just gotta dive in. You have to go. You just have to do it. The longer you think about it, the more time you're wasting. You're wasting not doing it. And you're sitting there thinking, like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You might fail. Yeah, you might fail. But you're going to learn something, and you can come back and try it again.
Yep. And you might not, too, shoot.
You might not. It might work out.
Yeah, true. Outside of fitness and business, what's your goals? Like, what interests you have to balance your life out?
I'm actually a full-time PE teacher. I teach at a Title I school in Hampton.
What's Title I mean?
Title I is low income. Mine is kind of like at the bottom of the low income.
Okay.
And while it's exhausting, it's extremely fulfilling because of the relationships I'm able to build with my students. To the point where they come back, they keep in touch, and just my relationship, it just happens to be through, like, health and fitness. Or sometimes it might not, even if they take my class and they don't like my class because they're not into physical fitness. I'm still building these relationships with them, to help them throughout their life and whatever they might have going on.
Tough. That's good. All right, so what's coming up next for you?
The Arnold.
Oh, yeah, that's in Vegas, right?
That is in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. This your second time at the Arnold?
First
time. What? Okay. What do you feel about the Arnold? Like, this is a big deal, right? This
definitely been a goal for like 10 years. It's a bucket list. I'm excited. I'm ready. More so exciting. I'm excited to, have my husband there with me, handling me, coaching me through that, and just to experience that with him.
Yeah.
There's like the big Arnold stage, and then right next to it is where I'll be competing. So it's really pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, how people can join your gym?
You can actually go to the website. You can go to the website, press the button, pay online. You can message.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, make sure you press submit payment. You can message me on Instagram. My phone number, link for the gym, is actually my cell phone number, so you can text it as well. And I will always respond. If you want to just come try it out, just hit me up. I'll let you come in, just try it out. It is 24 hours, so.
Okay. And they follow you on social? Where you at on your socials?
Project _Sixkillers, the gym, OV_Trap Selena is mine. Message either one, I'll make sure you get set up.
All right, dope. Well, I thank you for just sitting here with Wnnrsview and interviewing with me.
Yeah, I didn't interview you, you interviewed me.
I'm not interviewing with me.
Yeah, you're welcome.